maths is not fun? Well, I, Makwana Namraka, is here to show you that maths is just a fun challenge. It is as easy as y equals to mx plus c. And for those of you who didn't know, it is as easy as a straight line. So right now, it is that time for you to grab a paper, a pen, and a calculator and come learn maths with me.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Learn Maths with me on a hashtag Maths Tuesday. Ooh. So guys, in today's video we are still on the topic of factorizing of trinomials. Today we are doing type 3, which is the last one of those kind of questions. So type 3 tells us that the last term is negative, meaning that the two numbers will have opposite signs. When I say it will have opposite signs, I mean that like one number will be negative and one number will be positive. So how do you know which number takes which sign and which number takes which sign? The biggest number takes the sign of the middle term. So if the biggest number, let me say we have 1 and 8, so the biggest number is 8, meaning that 8 will take the sign of the middle term. And on this question, if we have 1 and 8, 8 will take the negative sign. So today I brought my number line. So we'll be using this number line because I believe that a number line makes life a lot more easier. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. So let's solve the first one. So as I said in the previous videos, I said that the principle is still the same. We are going to find two numbers that we can multiply, which give us the last term, and add or subtract to give us the middle term. So the difference right here is just the signs, where right now we have the last number being negative. When we have the last number being negative, it means that the two numbers that we're going to find are going to have opposite signs. How do we know which number takes which sign? The bigger number takes the sign of the middle term. So as we know, we're going to have two brackets, right? So we know that we first start with putting the variable they give us, which has the x squared, because x times x leads us back to the x squared. We're going to look, okay, we have our last term being negative, so meaning that we're going to have two opposite signs. Now one number is going to take the positive sign, and then one number is going to take the negative sign. So as I was saying, which number is going to take the positive sign? The bigger number is going to take the positive sign. Why? Because it is the sign of the middle term. So let's go to our rough work. So we're going to say which two numbers multiply to give us 9. We have 1 times 9. We have 3 times 3. So how do you know which pair you're going to use? So we're going to start with the first pair. Which is the bigger number? The bigger number is 9, meaning that 9 will take the positive sign. So it's going to be 9, then meaning that 1 will take the opposite sign, minus 1. So we're going to go to our number line. Okay, we know that when we are adding, we move to that direction, we move to the right, and then when we are subtracting, we move to the left. So we are here at 9, and then we have to subtract 1, meaning that we're going to move once, which will give us 8, which will give us our positive 8. So that is how we do it. So we already see that this pair is the one that works for us, meaning that 3 wouldn't work. So we're going to put 9 where there is a positive sign, and then we're going to put our 1 where there is a negative sign. So you can see that we have applied the principle of the of type 3, which says that the bigger number must take the sign of the middle term. So the bigger number, which is 9, took the sign of the middle term, which is positive. So to just show that 3 wouldn't work, we're going to say, okay, which is the bigger number here? So right now we don't have the bigger number, meaning that we're just going to give opposite signs. So we're going to say 3 minus 3. So this 3 is positive and this 3 is negative. So we are here at 3 and then we are minusing, meaning that we move to the left hand side. How many times? 3 times. 1, 2, 3, which gives us 0 and not 8. So let me just show you one thing again. If I wanted to start with when writing the expression and I didn't want to put 9 first, I can still do it. I can still say minus 1, and then I know that my 9 is positive, and then I'll just say plus 9. And then I'm here at minus 1, and I have to what? I have to add, meaning that I'm moving to the right. How many times? 9 times. Okay, from negative 1, I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which brings us back to our 8. You see, the order doesn't affect the answer. Which gives us 8. So that is just how you can do it. So let's move on to the second question. So here you can see that, okay, the middle term has a negative sign and the last term also have a negative sign. So which principle am I going to apply here? Okay, so I brought this question because I know that it can be a lot more confusing to others, asking themselves which sign they should, which principle or which type they should use now. So as long as you see the last term being negative, it means that the principle of having opposite sides applies, no matter you also have a negative in the middle. So no matter you have a negative in the middle, as long as you have a negative also at the end, this principle applies. So let me just show you how we do it. We're going to have our open brackets and then open bracket, open bracket. And then we know we're going to put our x, and then we're going to put our x. And then what's happening now? We know that, okay, when we have the last term being negative, we are going to have opposite signs, meaning that we can put a negative this side and a positive this side. So which principle applies? The bigger number will take the sign of the middle term. Right now we won't take this positive because this is for the first question. We are going to take the negative. The number which will take the negative sign is the bigger number. So we're going to check multiples. Numbers that can multiply to 9 are 1 times 9 and 3 times 3. So we're going to check which is the bigger number here. The bigger number is 9, meaning that 9 is going to have a negative sign, and then 1 is going to have the opposite, which is positive. And then we're going to go to our number line, and then we're going to move from negative 9. Here's negative 9. How many times are we moving? We're moving once. And which direction? To the right side, because we are adding, meaning that it's going to bring us to negative 8. You see that the type that is going to work is the pair rather that is going to work is 1 and 9. So how do we place the numbers? We place the numbers by saying which is the bigger number. The bigger number is 9, meaning that the bigger number must take the sign of the middle term. Which sign is it? It is negative, meaning that 9 will take the negative sign, meaning that we're going to put our 1 in the second bracket, it taking the positive sign. I really hope you understood and found this video helpful. So we are done with factorizing of this type of, with these 3 types. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next video next week. Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and tell me in the comment sections which topic you'd like me to cover. And remember, I do not promise to know everything, but I do promise to share and help where I can.